So, here are two things that are true whatever business you are running. One, you will be more secured if you are building business assets that you actually own rather than assets that you cannot control. And second is it is easier to sell if you sell to your warm audience. Now, in this episode, you will learn what business asset you can build that is actually yours and will also bring you your warm audience. If you want to know what this business asset is, stay tuned and find out. Welcome to the 74th episode of the Legally Fluent Podcast Online Business Decoded, a series that equips you with the legal and the business knowledge that you need to attract clients worldwide and to create a business that allows you freedom, flexibility, and the fulfillment that you so desire. If this is your first time to join me, this episode is also part of a 5-part training on the 5 essentials that you absolutely need in your business in order to attract and close clients worldwide with peace of mind. And it doesn't matter if you're just starting out or a seasoned entrepreneur. If you want to discover what works and what not, you are in the right place. I am your mentor and host, Vena Verga-Danemar, an onlinepreneur legal strategist, co-CEO of the Danemar household, a lawyer, and like you, an online business owner. Let's have a short recap. If you want to attract and close clients worldwide with ease and peace of mind in 2024, there are 5 essentials that you need to have. The first one is proper positioning, which I discussed in episode 72. The next one is proper mindset, which you can listen to in episode 73. And when we're talking about mindset shifts as an entrepreneur, there is one thing that you need to remember, and that is you need to let go of things that you cannot control and focus on the things that you can control. Now, maybe you're asking, what are the things that I can't control in my business? Well, one is you can absolutely control building business assets that you own. Another thing that you can control is who to offer your services and your programs to. Now, let's look at the first example I mentioned a while ago, building business assets that you actually own. And what do I mean by this? Now, sometime in 2019, I had this idea. I told myself, if I can have thousands of followers in IG, I will have lots of sales. So I bought an IG course and religiously followed every tip that was mentioned there. And in 6 months, I was able to grow our family's business account from 500 to 5,000. Impressive, isn't it? And if you look at the stats, you would say that we have a thriving business. We have a lot of likes, we have a lot of comments, shares, and views, literally hundreds. But did this actually translate into sales? No. Because those who are following our business accounts are fellow business owners who want to have likes and comments in return. Plus, every so often, the algorithm changes and I have to tweak my strategy again and again. I found myself in social media every day and hardly having any time for our family business. I was literally at the mercy of Instagram. And if Meta chose to close my account then and there, for whatever reason, our whole business would have fallen apart. I have heard of numerous stories of hacked and closed accounts. Seriously, you don't need a business degree to realize the fact that if you grow your business in assets that you actually don't own or you don't control, you are in big trouble because you will always be worried that if something happens to that asset, your business will fall as well. What you need to do is to build assets that you can actually own and control. Now, another thing that you can absolutely control is to choose who to sell your services to. You can choose to sell to your warm audience and avoid offering to cold audience or those who don't know you yet. Now, when I say warm audience, this is the audience that already knows you, probably likes you, and trusts you. Now, of course, if it is already audience that knows you, there is a higher chance of getting a yes, no matter how small that warm audience is, and hence higher chances of success. And when you get yeses, whenever you offer your products or your services, it will give you more confidence to sell more. And the cycle continues. On the other hand, when you sell to a cold audience, there is a higher chance that you will get a no simply because these people don't know you or they don't know that you can solve a problem that they have. Or probably they don't even know that they have that problem. Of course, this is not absolutely true. You can still get sales by offering your services to cold prospects. But the truth is, you will get more no's than yeses. And even if you have been in the world of business for a long time, getting a lot of no's can actually sting. It can affect your self esteem, your confidence, and even make you more fearful to offer your services in the future. So, again, in order to increase the chances of a successful sale, you need to offer to people who already knows you, those who trust you and who are already aware of the problem and knows that you have the solution. Now, the next question is, where can you find these prospects? Where is your warm audience? The answer is, they are on your engaged email list. And to be able to sell to an email list, of course, you need to build that email list. And not just any email list, it must be an engaged one. Now, you must be thinking, wait, Vena, an email list? Isn't that dead? Not social media? Well, social media is nice to have. I'm not saying that you shouldn't be in social media. You can still sell there. It's good exposure to be in social media. But it is not your most important business asset because it can give you visibility, but only a temporary one. The thing is, you should not be spending majority of your time in social media unless of course your goal is to become a popular influencer. If your goal is to build a business, the key is not social media because you do not have 100% control over it. Building your business in social media is like building an expensive house in rented land. Anytime, you can be evicted from that land. And as I mentioned a while ago, building business assets that you don't own is really not good for your business. I'll give you another example. Now, in November of 2022, Instagram had a major outage where millions of people suddenly were not able to log in. Unfortunately, social media outages are becoming more and more common. So anyway, I receive a lot of messages asking where they can report the hack account because apparently those who messaged me said that they cannot log in to their accounts and they thought that their accounts disappeared. I was so worried for one particular client because I knew she planned to launch a retreat around this time. So I called her up and asked her if she was affected by that outage. It turned out that she never planned to launch in social media anyway. She launched to her email list that day and in fact got 10 sign-ups for her premium retreat offer. Pretty cool, isn't it? Now imagine if she was depending on her IG to announce her retreat. I bet she would have been frantic and cursing Mark Zuckerberg. She would have spent hours or even days agonizing and not knowing when she can log in and if her followers are still there if she logs in. Now, what if I tell you that that November 2022 outage was not the first major outage and definitely it will not be the last? It happened numerous times in 2023 and I will not be surprised if it happens again in 2024. Now, if you have an engaged email list that is in tune to what you are offering, a list that is within your control, you can generate income anytime. And you will not be worried about social media glitches and algorithm changes. The value of your list is 10 times more than the value of your social media following because an email list or an SMS list converts more than any social media post that you will make. But let's lay down some facts here. Building email lists or SMS list is not a walk in the park. It takes time, it takes a lot of consistency and nurturing on your part, And you will also not see the value of your email list in the beginning. But on the flip side, without a list, you will never be able to grow your business. You will always be struggling and running after sales and clients. I'll say it now, and you will hear me repeating and repeating this again and again. The gold is in your email list. So if you're currently struggling selling to your clients, or if you don't have any clients, then start with building an email list. Make it a must do now. So the next question is, how do you start with building an email list exactly? I have 4 strategic steps for you. The first one is to create a lead magnet. Now, if you don't know what a lead magnet is, it is a simple freebie that gives your client a quick win. It can be a PDF, a webinar, an email series, a mini course, a challenge, even a short training like this. Think of quick win for your prospects. It does not have to be an elaborate one. Don't start making a book because no one will read it. And why do you need a lead magnet? Because most consumers nowadays are very wary of giving their email addresses, and you need to give something to entice your prospects into giving you their email addresses. Give in order to receive. That is the golden rule, my friend. You need to give before you receive. Now, you will hear coaches saying that you can make sales without a lead magnet. Yes, you can, but it will be inconsistent sales. They are selling a method that requires you to be in social media every day or majority of your time, which is a waste of your time. Now, probably in your head, you're saying, but there will be a lot of freeloaders out there who will just get the free stuff and then unsubscribe. Well, those people are not your ideal clients anyway. They are not ready for what you're offering, and they are not serious in wanting to achieve the transformation that you are offering. So don't mind these people. Again, if we go back to our mindset training, not everyone will be your client anyway. What I can assure you is that if you give consistent, valuable content, the right people will stick around. So let us concentrate on those who actually want your offer and those who will stick around, all right? So the second strategic step is that once you have your lead magnet, consistently share it. This is where your social media accounts will get some use. Now, the third strategic step is to lead your prospects to your website or opt-in pages. And how can you do this? Through a proper call to action. Always include a call to action in every post that you make. So what is an example of a call to action? It can be download now, join now, register here. This means that you need to have a good opt-in page. Otherwise, people who may be attracted to your lead magnet will just get it, but they won't be leaving their email addresses. Now, the fourth step is to nurture your leads. Because even if you have millions of emails in your list, if they are cold, they are useless to you. So that means you should not just be buying email addresses. It's not enough that you collect leads and then forget about them. They will forget about you too. So it is very important that part of your list building strategy is to nurture your list. This is how they will stay warm. So when you pitch your offer, they are ready to buy. So just a recap. Here are the steps that you need if you want to start building your email list or your SMS list. First is to make a lead magnet. Second is to share your lead magnet consistently. Use a proper call to action. And fourth is nurture your email list. So there you have it, the 4 strategic steps that you need to know and follow. But before you can start your list building activities, there are several legal requirements that you need to fulfill, and that will be the focus of our next training. Alright, so if you think that this training is useful, do share it with your colleagues and your friends. And if you just access this episode and you want to have the other trainings, including the 2024 Basic Legal Foundations program, register at www.legallyfluentacademy.com/2024 training. My goal in creating this episode and this training is to provide you with the necessary legal and entrepreneurial guidance that you need to propel your business in 2024. Remember, it's not enough that you just set up a business. You need to be able to run it with peace of mind and security, because you don't need a business that only gives you stress and anxiety. So if you're ready to take your business to new heights, be sure to follow Legally Fluent Podcast and our social media account. legally she can. Together, we'll navigate the legal landscape and set you up for long-term success. Join me again for episode 75 of this training. And until then, my preppy friend, take care, keep striving for your goal, and stay legally fluent.